Hello, I'm going to go over the new things that are coming in Alpha 16. Alpha 16, so I have heard, is going to be released early next week. So the 12th or soon after then, depending on if there are any snags in plans. Like if they find something that needs to be fixed. Alright, so let's see. Here are the official release notes for Alpha 16. So let's jump right in here. Of course, you've probably heard about the new distance rendering system. So you'll be able to see buildings from far away, which is really exciting for me. I think that's the thing that probably interests me the most, that I'm most excited about. They've added many new locations, and with new loot and custom painting. There's a new city in the southeast of Navezgane Desert called Departure. It's the largest city so far. 4 new skyscrapers have been added to the game. We're calling these mega locations vertical dungeons. They're calling them vertical dungeons because they play like a traditional game with a lot of thought put into the path, enemy spawning, surprises, and even secrets. There's 3 fast food restaurants, 6 new modern houses, a daycare, a private school, a laundromat, hair salon, 2 fire stations, 2 post offices, 2 courthouses, 2 old business strips, 4 new trailer lots, pawn shop, and Navezgane Hospital and Football Stadium have now been added to the random generation. There's new enemy spawning and game stages. Sleeper spawning. We've gutted the old static spawn system and added a new sleeper spawning system that embeds trigger volumes into locations which are set up by designers. Every location now has unique spawning appropriate to the location or area. For example, a maintenance area will spawn utility workers, and an office might spawn businessman zombies. The amount of zombies spawned is determined by the designer or the definition set in the game stages XML. The type of zombies that spawn are determined by the spawn definition it's set to and the party's game stage. The game will challenge you regardless of your level. Zombies will spawn in different locations within a point of interest every playthrough for a new experience every time. Zombies at locations are persistent, meaning if you enter in an area, killed 1 of 5 guys, and returned, you would find the same 4 guys that you had previously left still there. Zombies will respawn in their volume if the volume has never been cleared, or if nobody has visited it in 5 days. Sleeper zombies have a chance to be a decoy, meaning they are already dead. You have to damage them first before you can loot them. Decoy zombies have a chance to not be dead, so you can be surprised. They've changed Screamer Hordes to use game stages, so they will be dynamically set to the offending party's game stage. There have been improvements to game stages, adding feral and radiated zombies to upper game stages to increase longer game challenges. 7-day horde stages use a larger pool of zombie types. Zombies killed by player death will be added back to the pool. I don't really understand that one. It says we've added a new menu and server config game option to set the number of zombies per player on Blood Moon Hordes. It defaults to 8 but can be set to 4, 8, 12, 16, 32, and 64, or any number for server admins. Game stages are still determined by your party. With the addition of Blood Moon Count, we changed the enemy spawning game option to on-off, as Blood Moon Count and Sleepers control the other spawning system counts. Electricity has been added to the game. An electricity system with a wiring tool, power sources, light switches, triggers, traps, and more. They are gated by perks, loot found, and trader-only items you can buy. They include a wire tool used to wire electrical components, a generator bank allows you to power electrical components. Solar bank allows you to power your electrical components. Battery bank allows you to power your electrical components. Electric wire relay allows extending your electrical network further. Switch allows pausing the flow of power. Pressure plate triggers the flow of power when stepped on. Motion sensor triggers flow of power when a player or zombie is in its view. A tripwire post triggers flow of power when a player or zombie moves between two connected posts. Electric timer relay allows flow of power during a specified time period in 30-minute increments. A blade trap with 3 spinning blades that chops players and zombies alike. It does not discriminate. Electric fence post shocks players and zombies who move between 2 connected posts. Dart trap launches metal darts when powered. Auto turret senses targets in its view and fires 9mm rounds at them. Shotgun turret senses targets in view and fires shotgun shells at them. Speaker plays an alarm sound when powered. Lights, many lights that the player can craft to illuminate your fort. Spotlights crafted by the player now require power but can be aimed where light needed. Random gen has been greatly improved with new random generated distant POIs, 30 new locations, every location will be included in possible location list. For example, the football stadium can spawn in the random generation now. POI picker code improved, ensuring more even distribution of points of interest. POI location facing directions have been fixed so their fronts face roads. POI height is checked against its spawn height to ensure it's not placed too high in the world. No more floating buildings. Hub generation. New socket hubs added. City, town, and rural hubs are now socket hubs and spawn based on terrain available. Socket hubs can not only be on hills now, but they have organic overall shapes and look. No more square cities. Socket hub township type is decided by placed residential buildings using a scoring system. New socket streets to go with socket hubs. New socket street generation formula controlled by the random world mixer. New zoning system to place POIs in certain parts of a town, so you can have a residential part, commercial part, industrial part. Downtown zone area percentage parameter added to rules. Terrain generation improvements. Terrain generation now adjusts the heights to stay within the bounds without clamping. Biome dispersion and elevations are improved and more natural. Biome decoration generator now checks height of prefabs and blocks to ensure it's not placed too high in the world. Highways are sexier and have smoother curves. They now all have gravel shoulders. Gravel paths now use more improved path finding and no longer eat a chunk out of highways they connect to. There were some improvements to the world previewer. Biomes have undergone some changes also. The gravel spots and biomes are more reliable and will drop 1 unit of the ore they are leading you to. Stone in the topsoil of the plains biomes has been replaced by gravel. Individual particle spawners, like tree stumps, have been replaced by a biome particle manager, so there is no random and possibly extremely high concentration of particle generators. Spawning of animals in all biomes has been reworked. They have darkened the snow biome sunlight a little to reduce whiteout. You can find small patches of fertilized soil in burnt forest biomes. You can harvest coal from ember piles and burnt trees. Surface potassium nitrate in the snow biome is now replaced with oil, shale, and coal. Nitrate, oil, shale, and coal can be found on the surface in the burnt forest. They added dead trees to the plains. They've added some new zombies and some boss variants to improve game stage challenge. Here they are. The businessman zombie, often found in corporate locations like the new skyscrapers. These zombies are all about the business of eating you alive. They typically carry cash and paper. The disturbed tourist. Everyone loved the old fat Hawaiian shirt tourist zombie, so he's back in HD. Prior to his permanent vacation to the afterlife, he was hoarding canned food. Perhaps that is why he was caught and turned into a flesh eater. New feral zombies. Every zombie in the game now comes with its feral counterpart. Feral zombies always run and have glow-in-the-dark yellow eyes, are much harder to kill and do more damage. Radiated zombies. There are radiated variants of the fat cops, the spider zombies, and the zombie white, the artist formerly known as the feral. They have the physical attributes of feral zombies and always run, but also regenerate lost health. They glow with radiation, making them unmistakable. Ooh. In Alpha 15, they experimented with UMA procedural zombies, but they ended up not looking as good as traditionally modeled zombies, and they did not perform as well either. So they decided to replace the new UMA zombies with traditionally designed ones. We've also redone collision and ragdoll on all enemies for better combat and more believable deaths. The following have been remodeled and redesigned by hand from scratch, resulting in scarier hordes and better performance. Fallen soldiers, hazmat zombies, biker zombies, stripper zombies, utility worker zombies, Team Z player football zombie, motivated cheerleader zombie, zombie cowboy, zombie farmer, zombie skater punk, hungry fat female zombie, removed zombies. The minor zombie and the female hazmat zombie have been removed as they didn't offer enough variants to earn a permanent job at Team Z. Along with adding new animals and reworking some of the old ones, they added a new fur system. All furry animals now utilize our new fur system, which renders a furry coat of realistic-looking fur on top of the texture. Here are the new or improved additions. Grizzly Bear has been redone from scratch with new meshes, textures, and animations. They don't mess with you unless you get too close to them. They like to habitat in the green forests and snow biomes. Zombie Bears. The Zombie Bear has been remodeled from the ground up and is meaner than ever. Don't feed the Zombie Bears. They only eat human flesh. They are only found in the wasteland and burnt forests. Gray wolves are a brand new threat to 7 days. Like the bear, they attack if you get too close to them and do more damage than zombie dogs, but they give up easier. Wolves are found in the green forests, snow biomes, and plains. Dire wolves are black with glowing eyes. This wolf is much larger than the gray wolf and is to be feared as they are much more aggressive than any predator. They rarely spawn in the forests and snow biomes, but can roam in packs. Zombie vultures, the undead, have taken to the skies. These nearly relentless pesky birds stalk the player from the skies and attack without warning. Luckily, they don't like to be indoors, so players can find refuge indoors from them. They are common in all biomes except the green forests. Rattlesnakes are fairly defensive reptiles, but will strike and defend their territory if you get too close to them. Wandering vulture hordes, wolves, and wolf packs have been added. Collision and ragdoll on all animals have been redone for better combat and more believable deaths. Painting has been added to the game. Use a paintbrush and paint to give your base a custom look. Focus on any paintable block and use the secondary action to paint a surface and the primary action to erase the paint from a surface. Hold the reload key to see additional painting features and change the desired paint color. Unlock additional paint groups by finding and reading painting books. Many new textures have been added to use for painting. There are many radial paint options, some of which are only available in cheat or creative mode. Radial options include materials. When this icon is selected, the paint selection menu is displayed. Here you can select the paint you want, search for paint, see how much paint per face they cost, and see what paints you have unlocked. Paintbrush. When this icon is selected, the primary action erases a painted block face, and secondary action paints a block face. Roller icon, paint or erase a large area of faces. Spray gun, paint or erase the massive area of faces. All sides, paints all sides of a block face. Texture picker. When this icon is selected, the paintbrush will be set to the paint that the cursor is focused on if it is unlocked. Copy block. Select this icon while focusing on the desired block to copy a stack of painted blocks to your belt. Replace. Select this icon and the next face you paint in a location will be globally replaced within that location. Experience progression and skill changes. Many improvements. You can scroll through all levels of a skill or perk and find out what you will get from it. You'll get less experience for killing zombies, but there are a lot more zombies in the world now. In some cases, over 100 in a single POI. You will gain XP from harvesting and farming, and better tools or perks can increase that. Crafting skills are now perks with 10 viable levels. Higher levels of crafting perks require a certain player level. Armor crafting skills have been merged into one skill. If it takes duct tape, leather, or iron, it's armor crafting. A simple bandana is miscellaneous crafting. Low crafting skill tiers yield great benefits for repair degradation. Picking up some of the basics enables you to repair items efficiently. At max crafting skill, you have trivial repair degradation. Electricity recipes are unlocked with a series of science-based perks. Both the cost and effect of perks increase at higher tiers, so that buying a perk tier gets you an increase proportional to the cost. The Fixer perk is cheaper and reduces repair degradation by up to 1/3 for all crafting skills. Crafting firearm ammo requires an anvil and workstation, not calipers. Bullet tips and similar materials do not require a perk. The tutorial quest gives you enough skill points to actually buy a perk. The bedroll newbie quest is number 1 instead of number 7 in the quest chain. Bad mechanic perk to increase construction wrench harvest amount. Ability to page through skill levels to see attributes and requirements for any skill level. Science and pain skill categories. Upgrading farmland with fertilizer provides XP. Repairing or upgrading a block now gives XP based on materials used multiplied by their count. Harvesting a block now gives XP based on item materials gained. Planting crops gives block material XP. Crafting skills are now buy only. You still gain level XP for crafting and repairing. Master weaponsmiths can craft machetes. Most perk requirements lowered because players should never have skill points and nothing to buy with them. You can craft, scrap, repair with leather without buying a leather tanning perk. Crafting advanced workstations uses the science skill. The knife guy and miner 69er perks increase harvest amount at the higher tiers. Adjusted perk costs to reflect crafting and other skill changes. Both the cost and effect of perks increase at higher tiers, so that buying a perk tier always gets you roughly the same proportional increase. The Fixer perk is cheaper and reduces repair degradation by up to 1/3 for all crafting skills. Low crafting skill tiers yield great benefits for repair degradation. Picking up some of the basics enables you to repair items efficiently. AI max crafting skill. At max crafting skill, you have 0 repair degradation. The secret stash perk is the only way to see the highest trader stash level. Full gamepad and controller support. They've added full gamepad / controller support and tested for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Steam controllers. Controls are not definable, but are the same as the console version defaults. They even have custom button icon prompts that display when using a controller. Note that on-screen keyboard for text fields will only be available when the game is started from Steam's Big Picture mode. This also includes updated windows, as well as keyboard hotkeys for actions on items. There are new recipes for building blocks, traps, electric devices, and resources. Bulletproof glass is tough, but can only be repaired with a completely new block. Several material tiers got expanded to new shapes. Loose boards, traps, jail door, wedge corners, stairs corner, rounded blocks and corners, Molotov cocktail. New items you can get by looting, harvesting, or purchase from traders. Paint magazines to unlock paint groups for the paintbrush. Said paintbrush. A compound bow, which is more accurate than a wooden bow or crossbow and fires faster than a crossbow. They've added new block shapes for their creative builders to use and improved the placement mechanics. Here are a few of the highlights. Frame blocks show proper back faces, which makes them easier to place correctly. Damaged concrete and wood blocks, both centered and non-centered iron bars. Cars automatically pick random colors based on their XY position. I-beam blocks, arch shape, cube, cutout, back faces shape, wedge 60 corner, 3D ladders, 3D ramp frame shape, cube 8 shape, billboard centered shape, box collision to ramp frame, curved wall, 3x3x1, concrete destroyed, 5, 6, and 7, wedge 60 inside corner set. In order to add painting and fix a lot of bad UVs, we've unified block and model rotations. Every building block can now be rotated to all 24 rotations. Some special model ones still have 28 for 45-degree ground rotations. Blocks can have a handle face orientation defaulting to sticking a certain side of this block to whatever surface you are pointing at. All placeable blocks now have radial options to improve placement, including simple rotation rotates the basic floor on the ground plane. Advanced rotation rotates all 24 to 28 rotations. On face rotates on the face your cursor is focused on. Auto rotates away from you automatically. This tag is only on some blocks like ramps and stairs. Copy rotation copies the rotation you're focused on to the stack you're holding. Land claim improvements. They've increased the default size of land claims. They now have colors. Green means inside your claim, yellow is inside your friend's claim, white is everywhere else, and red you cannot place the block. You can pick up and move electrical components and workstations inside your claim. Electrical items outside of your claim can be cut and wired by strangers. A new stealth system. Stealth 2.0 is more flexible and allows for more varied zombie behaviors. Things that affect how a player is detected. Player light level, world lighting, and equipped items. So, having a torch, you're not going to be able to hide. If you're in a dark place, you can have more likelihood to be able to be stealth. See, player stance, standing or crouched. So if you're crouched, you're going to be more stealthy. Player motion, if you move, you're less stealthy. Noise, smell, if you're carrying fresh meat, then sneaking is not ideal. and distance. Zombies have varying stats, both for the zombie type and individuals. Some see better than others, some hear better than others, some smell... Actually, they all smell bad, but you get the idea. A sleeping zombie may or may not growl a bit when it's close to waking up. Interesting. Which way a sleeping zombie is looking does not matter. If you clear an area completely, it will take several days to respawn. If you don't leave, it will respawn quickly. Placed active bedrolls prevent sleeper spawns in a range, now defined in server config. To zombies, held torches are the least noticeable light source. Then come gun lights, flashlights, and the mining helmet is the most noticeable. They've added a Molotov cocktail craftable by the player. Be the life of the party and light zombies and players on fire. Compound bow with parts and loot list entries. Required to use steel and flaming arrows. Loot only. Huh. So you can't craft it? Weapons sight in and out. Pistol, MP5, and AK-47 have reworked iron sights for more accurate aiming and have new fire sounds. All weapons have an aim in and aim out sound now too. Added local impact sounds for distant shots scored. This allows you to know when you scored a distant hit. Improved bow, crossbow aim, and iron sighting no longer shows crosshair. Compound bow has range sights. All weapons have hip fire accuracy now. Hip fire is less accurate than iron sights. Accuracy overhaul for all ranged weapons. Mini bikes now show an icon on the map and compass for the person who placed the chassis or attached the lock to it to avoid losing them in the wild. How mini bike parks are processed has been improved, decreasing processing time. A fix for mini bike vanishing and falling through the world. Client will receive mini bike NRE when someone in the game rides a bike. NRE, I think that's no reference exception. NREF in GUI HUD stealth info.cs when quitting while sitting on a mini bike. Mini bike no reference exception when leaving and re-entering game from main menu. Mini bike chassis replacement dupe. I guess that's been fixed. Added. Broken girder beams in the wasteland are now a block shape instead of a model. New rusty texture for girder beams and rusty metal. New block rusty metal wall. 4 new beards have been added to character selection menu. Iron bars and iron bars centered. Flannel shirt item. Also used by Archetype Mad Mole. Flannel shirt variations and loot entries. I don't think I'm going to read all of these. Let's see. Support for binding caps lock. Keyboard hotkeys for item actions. Let's see. Concrete terrain block. A a full spectrum of paintable drywall / concrete textures. Loose floorboards that break away when you walk over them. Hit sound when hurting players, zombies, or animals about 10 meters or further away. Improved fog performance. Washing machine and trash compactor loot containers. Added a bookstore and car parts shipping / loot crate. Added a construction site loot and random container. Security gate plate. Business glass plate and curved plate for counters and such. Several new random color cars, dark green, dark blue, beige, and black. Lockable, craftable wall drawer. New destroyed bridges over Forked River east of and leading to the new Departure City. That would be in Nava's game. Hidden stash hero shipping crate plus loot container for prefabs. New round ladder model for metal ladders. Let's see, you can harvest plant fibers from grassy terrain blocks. Plant fibers can be harvested more efficiently with a hoe. Reduce crafting time on cotton plant. Rebalanced harvest events of cars. Zombie limb dismemberment rebalance. When digging at fertilized farmland, there's a chance to harvest fertilizer. Making glue does not require cooked water. Multiple seeds can be planted by holding down the mouse button and moving down the row, and the placement cursor is always on, making targeting easier. Increase hit points in vending machines. When a loot container is destroyed, a bag with the content is dropped instead of individual items. Overbright mining helmet light set back to 1x intensity instead of 2x. Moldy bread is a science crafting item. Fat zombie cops are bigger. Zombie soldiers are less generous with the rocket launchers. Shotguns only have one schematic. Increase the amount of ammo that traders carry. Low quality weapon parts are more durable and effective. Maple Forest biome grass added specular channel to grass. Adjusted spectrums added sparse pine trees. Grass normals now have a 10% direction to them in order to catch better specular lighting. Renamed assembly tip title from gun assembly to item assembly. Available game stages increased by 50% to make the life of high-level players more interesting. Corn plants are 3 blocks high at every growth stage. Every other farm crop, including mushrooms, is 2 blocks high. Updated glass to better high-res texture. Sun angle is now southeast to northwest. They updated some textures to HD versions. Auger and chainsaw parts are less rare. Increased chance to find forged iron and steel in loot. Poncho and bellows are made from leather. Poncho renamed to leather poncho because the animal hide armor is the worm and furry armor. There are 5 scrap armor schematics instead of 1 MacGyver book. Slightly lower slowdown from barbed wire fences. Increase the availability of padlocks. Preview placement block is fully opaque. Street light metal is less shiny and more rusty. Reduce light intensity on mining helmet and mini bike to match flashlight. Tutorial quest gives you enough skill points to buy the cheapest perk. Stone in the topsoil plains biomes has been replaced by gravel. Gravel tendrils that lead down to ore veins spawn more consistently, and they always drop one piece of the ore you would find below. Better tools, like steel instead of iron tools, will harvest considerably more resources from the same block. Increased stack size of mass resources like rocks. Calipers are no longer required for crafting ammo. Bullet tips and similar materials do not require a perk. Improved sniper zoom animation. Expanded the scout/sleeper group with the new radiated/feral zombies. Highways have been widened. You can now scrap a blood draw kit into plastic. The car is now simply renamed to Sedan. They redid some textures. Darkened moonlight in wasteland biome. It says rain, sky, and fog when raining. Improved stainless steel texture. Improved water textures. Thickened fog and trees in the burnt forest. Increased chance for spawning of bears. Rebalanced sensitivity of landmines and explosives to damage and other explosives. Repairing a block is cheaper than building it new. Crafting skills have 10 viable levels. Removed old Hornet assets, so no more Hornets. They now have vultures. Both concrete and reinforced concrete need time to harden after being placed. Handguns and shotguns are pretty accurate when fired from the hip and are more accurate if you aim. Rifles are less accurate when fired from the hip and very accurate when aimed. Less loot is found on zombies. Finding whole guns is more common than finding parts. Traders carry more guns and ammo. Cars now angle with the terrain. Bow weapons have wider crosshairs. Bows now sway unless iron-sighted. Loose gun parts that you find are generally higher quality than whole guns. Increased fire rate of 9mm pistol and animation speed. Increased dead body hit points so corpses don't turn to blocks before they hit the ground. Increased firearm durability. MP5 and AK iron sighting is more snappy. Updated night vision effect. Feral zombies spawn at night in the wasteland. Note that they can survive the night and be active during the day. It is now not possible anymore to place a plant seed if there is not enough light for this plant to grow. That's good. It keeps you from wasting a seed. Corpse blocks now destroy to a torso instead of a backpack. Dead zombie rag dolls last longer and have more hit points to destroy. When destroyed, they downgrade to a block zombie corpse. The block zombie corpse will degrade to nothing over time instead of a rib cage. If the block zombie corpse has loot in it and is destroyed, it will spawn a rib cage model that contains the loot instead of a backpack. Desaturated the plains sun a little, darkened to the ground texture and grass. Splint now requires cloth, wood, and duct tape to craft. What were they thinking? Now it's going to be really difficult to splint a leg if you get a broken leg. Shadow flickers at far locations. Adjusted shadow cascade distances. Blah blah blah. Increased zombie dog health. They are too easy to kill now that the glitchy spinning is fixed. And nerfed wolf health. Well, I'm glad that the glitchy spinning is fixed. That was very annoying. Updated forest. Biome art. Updated sand texture. Partially grown crops can be harvested for one seed. Torches are made with animal fat. No cooking pot required. Torches and candles placed on walls will eventually attract zombies. Heat value of forges and campfires is reduced 25%. All ammo items have been labeled ammo so they can be searched for. You can no longer invest skill points in the miscellaneous crafting skill. Overalls are now made from cloth. Slowed player leveling. Increase hit points of valuable workstations so they're not destroyed accidentally. Cooking stews is more expensive but more rewarding. Healing from eating food has been reduced in general. You start with a claim stone in single player because it now enables the pickup ability for certain blocks. Then they fixed a lot of things. Not going to read them all. Lots and lots of fixes. Console command visit map to generate chunks and minimap contents. Console command give quests prints list of available quests if not given, also preventing an NRE when given an invalid quest name. Let's see. Alright, no mention of bandits. I believe that in one of his videos, Mad Mole said that the bandits were being pushed back to Alpha 17. So that pretty much covers most of the changes. I didn't read everything because I was getting tired. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it has helped you. And if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Comment below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you later in Alpha 16. Bye. Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It helps my channel grow. And subscribe if you haven't already done so. And if you like my videos and you like my channels, then head on over to patreon.com/Deandra and pledge $1 or more a month to support me in making videos. Thanks. Bye.